Dating in America. How I attract a woman. Before we start, this is for people living in the United States. I put this in the front of all my videos that are in English because I want to help people with their student loans. I know many people think, feel, or believe that they will never pay off their student loans. Yes, they are right. They are correct. There are over 2 million people over the age of 60 that are still paying off their student loans. There is a federal law that was passed in the 80s that will get rid of all your student loans in 25 years. The link to this video is at the top of this video, in the description below, and will be at the end of this video. I try and start my videos by showing that Black or African American neighborhoods are safe. People believe that my community is filled with guns, drug dealers, and the majority of Black people are poor. All of this is not true. My community is a great place to have a family and raise children. This is another typical or common Black or African American neighborhood. I am on Academy Avenue in Madison, Illinois. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house that cost $350,000. I have a friend who is white named Bob, and Bob has dated some girls who were Black. I have dated some girls who were white. The same thing many Black men have experienced when we dated Black women, Bob experienced when he dated white women. I told Bob that when I dated a woman that was white, the relationship was more considerate and understanding. Bob said to me that when he dated a woman that was Black, the relationship was more considerate and understanding. It seemed like when we dated women from our own race or nationality, there seemed to be expectations, or that women expect the man to act in a certain kind of way. So, therefore, the woman will act in a certain kind of way based on what she expects how the man will act. When women or people date outside their race or nationality, some people do not know what to expect, and thus do not fall into their expected behaviors. I think this is why when Bob dated a Black woman or when I dated a white woman, the relationship was more considerate and understanding. Back in the 80s, many white girls were afraid to date Black men. And some of the ones that did date Black men had issues with their families. I will not talk about this in this video or any video. Throughout the 70s and the 80s, I have heard from some white girls that said the following. Only if you were not Black. I was never offended because I did not care. Plus, I understood that she might have a lot of problems at home because her boyfriend was Black, problems that are hard for both of us to deal with. I want to get the obvious out of the way. Everything I am telling you I am basing it on my 58 years on this planet. I must tell you that I am not red pill, I am not black pill, I am not anti-feminist, and I am not pro-feminist. There are good people. There are bad people. Everyone knows how to treat each other with consideration and understanding. All women treat the sisterhood or their female friends with consideration and understanding. Thus, females choose not to treat their boyfriend or husband the same way. Many American or Western women think or believe that they are a prize that men must compete to attain. To call, to chase, to pursue. After the age of 27 years old, there are more women compared to men. This is because most women will not date a man they believe is below their standards. Plus, men will date and marry the barmaid, the stripper, the single mother, or the secretary. Thus men have a lot more options, a lot more women to choose from. Therefore, it is men that are the prize and not women. The problem is how do we men find the right woman without becoming poor doing it? As a man, you are poor, you have no money. You are overweight, and not very good looking. However, none of these is your biggest problem. Your biggest problem is that you keep running into or encountering females that are delusional, immature, or full of self. This is the same problem men who are good looking and have money also have. This is the same problem many men who are in the category of a Tyrone or a Chad have. For my foreign viewers, a Tyrone or a Chad is a category of men that are good looking and have money that many women want. The older you get, there are more women compared to men. However, there are more women who are delusional, immature, or full of self. Some say that the older a woman gets, the more difficult she is to deal with. This is wrong. She was difficult to deal with when she was younger, thus she has not changed. You just run into a lot more of them because most of the good ones are taken. This is for every nationality, every race, and every economic or social class. Women look at how much money a man is making, such as, is the man making over $100,000 a year? We men should be looking at how much debt she has, and how she spends her money. What I have discovered in my 58 years is that the women who want a man that is making over $100,000 a year, has a lot of personal debts, such as credit cards, or spends her money looking good instead of paying her bills. For example, I met a woman that was living in a nice big house in a great neighborhood, but could not afford to put any furniture in the house. I met another woman who was driving a $50,000 car but could not afford to pay for car insurance. I met another woman that lost her car because she decided it was more important to pay her credit cards instead of her car loan. I got hundreds of stories like this, and they all have the same thing in common. All of these women's top priority is to find a man with money. So when these women turn you down, reject you because you do not have enough money, or you do not have a job that is good enough for her, be grateful. Be very, very grateful. These women might have a great job and say that they make great money, but they usually have so much debt that their income is really zero. They are living paycheck to paycheck. So until you know her financial situation, and how she spends her money. 1. Do not pay her bills. 2. Do not live with her, and 3. Do not marry her. You have to protect yourself. Her financial situation and how she spends her money can put you into a situation where it can take you years to dig out. Plus, if you marry one of these kinds of women, then you are screwed. When I was younger, I dated single mothers thinking that they would be practical and understanding. I was wrong. Very, very wrong. Most were full of self or had different levels of delusions. All of these kinds of women are looking for a man that can take care of all their emotional needs, but will provide no emotional support. Plus, they all want a man that can provide them with a lifestyle they cannot achieve on their own. Here was my biggest problem in finding a woman. This is the problem many men make, which is why many men have a bad divorce. You are a man that in looks is only a 4, and you are dating a girl in looks that is a 10. You think you are lucky, you think she is above you. However, the truth is that you are above her. The truth is that when it comes to being in a relationship, or marriage material, you are an 8 and she is a 5. Thus, you might be only a 4 in looks, but a 10 in emotional stability, and a 10 in psychological security, which makes you an 8 when it comes to being in a relationship, or marriage material. For example, she is a 10 in looks, but only a 4 in emotional stability and a 4 in psychological security. This means that when you come home from work, you will always be catering to her emotional desires and psychological desires at the sacrifice of your emotional needs. These kinds of women almost always file for divorce, because their emotional and psychological desires keep getting bigger and bigger over time. Men and women both make the mistake of the fact that looks get you in the door, but in the long run, you have to live with that person on a day-to-day basis. Many people fail to consider if you can live with this person on a day-to-day basis. What many men fail to do is practice. They get so down from being rejected because they do not have any money, are not good looking, or are overweight that they stop practicing. You are not practicing to find a woman. You are practicing to learn how to spot the women you need to avoid. Plus, after being rejected by over 100 women, you will run into or encounter a woman that just wants a loving, considerate, and caring man. She will not care if you do not have a lot of money. I keep telling the following story, but it is a good story. Fayth and George. I had a female friend named Fayth, who was 27 years old, and her husband George, who was 24 years old. Yes, George is younger than Fayth. Fayth is black, and George is white. Fayth is a single mother looking for a nice guy. Fayth had a college degree and came to Chicago for a job. Her first son stayed with her mother in New Jersey. George did not have a college degree and was working paycheck to paycheck. George was so poor that some days he would skip lunch because he could not afford it. Fayth liked George, and she thought George liked her, but George would not make the first move. I explained to Fayth that when a man has no money and if he is a nice guy, he will not even try to date. Even if you pay half and he pays half, he still might not be able to pay his half. I do not know what Fayth did, but 2 months later, Fayth and George were living together in Fayth's little studio apartment. Then a year later, they got married and moved into, or lived with Fayth's mother. This allowed George to go to school to become a chef. Within 3 years of their meeting, they had a son. 6 years after their son was born, George had saved enough money to where he could make plans to open his own restaurant. In order to find a woman like Fayth, you have to go through a lot of other kinds of women first. A man's body count. A man's body count is important to some women. A man that has a lower body count compared to a woman that has a high body count is not desirable to these kinds of women. When a woman who has had more partners compared to the man, most of the time, the woman will end the relationship. The reason why she ended the relationship is because she is scared that the man will want to have just as many partners as she had. The only way for the man to achieve this is to cheat. Thus, the reason why she ended the relationship is because she is scared that he will cheat. I have known marriages where the woman has had more partners than the man. No matter how much the man assures the woman that he will not cheat, even after 10 years of being married, the woman is still scared that the man will cheat. For the woman, it is hard to deal with this kind of fear for 10 years. Thus, except for one marriage, all of them are divorced. A woman's body count. We men do not ask every woman what her body count is. However, if you do ask, then 100% of the time, it will be high. A woman's body count has always been a major issue, and this is why women always attempt to hide it, or attempt to shame men into accepting it. This is why you always hear women make up excuses such as "my past does not matter, it is no big deal," etc. Men all over the world have always been bothered or disturbed by a woman's body count. This is the way it has always been. This is the nature of men, this is how men are built. Even gay men do not like other gay men with a high body count. I will leave a link to this video in the description below. Women know this and do it anyway, thinking that they can hide it or shame men into accepting it. However, this topic never goes away. This topic has been an issue with every generation. Ask your grandparents or great-grandparents. The fact that women do it anyway, thinking they can hide it or shame men into accepting it, shows what kind of person they truly are. This shows that they will do something they know is wrong, but think they can use deceit, lies, and manipulation to get away with it. They do not provide you with the consideration of accepting or rejecting it, and moving on and finding a person who will truly make you happy. Instead, they attempt to trick you or manipulate you. Thus, these women are not marriage material. These women fall under the category of wham bam, thank you ma'am. Attracting a woman. This is a picture of a man named Tyrone. Yes, his real name is Tyrone. He is a skinny man with no muscles. As you can see, he is nothing special in looks. Yet, he was able to get women all the time. When I was younger, as a college athlete, I was less than 5% body fat, and my muscles had muscles. Plus, I was kind of an attractive man. Thus, I had many women that liked me. However, when I did what Tyrone told me to do, I had women hunting me down. Women I had never met showing up on my dorm floor. After college, I dated fashion models, lingerie models, ex-pro cheerleaders, and other very desirable women. Stay away from ex-pro cheerleaders because they have a lot of issues, from being cheated on by their ex-pro sports boyfriend. Anyway, here is what Tyrone told me to do to attract women. Wear shirts with a collar. Long sleeve shirts are best, but they all should have a collar. I know it sounds stupid, and it cannot be that simple, but it does work. Your style does not matter, or if the shirt is from a discount store, such as Walmart. Women know nothing about men's fashion and do not care about men's fashion. This is why women cannot tell that the shirt is from a discount store or a high-end store. So for all the dating websites, change all your pictures to shirts with collars. Next, you want to make the women feel special in some kind of way without being obvious. Say something like, am looking for a woman that is considerate, tender, and caring. A woman who is elegant and graceful. The keywords are elegant and graceful. Most women believe that they are the prize and want a man that will recognize this as a fact. I did not say it as a fact. I said they want a man that will recognize this as a fact. Remember, you will encounter many Western women that are delusional, immature, or full of self. Women that have a lot of debt. Women who are not practical in how they spend their money. Thus, women that fall into the category of wham bam, thank you ma'am. So you must pay for the first date. Pay for the second date, and pay for the third date. After you get what you want, then test her to see how she is with money. However, by the third date, you will see or have a hint of what she is like with money. Plus, the other keyword is tender. You want a woman that is tender when she talks to you, and is tender in how she treats you. Women that are tender are usually considerate, caring and understanding. However, these kinds of women can still be delusional, immature, or full of self. Yet, this will get you halfway to what you want or need from a woman. Plus, never ghost her. Always tell her that this is not working for you. You see no future with her. Plus, always give the reasons. Always provide the reasons with examples. If she becomes upset or angry, this means that you just avoided a nuclear bomb. A big nuclear bomb. If she says that she knows and is trying to fix it, however, this means nothing. Many people know but never do anything about it. If she is currently doing something about it and you like her, then say that you would like to help her with it, or want to support her in her efforts. This will tell you if she is truly doing something about it or just saying she will. Just talking shit. Plus, this will give you an idea of what you will have to do for her in the future. For example, I knew a woman that had one child and was poor. I said to her to apply for food stamps. People, your family, and your friends cannot keep giving you money. 3 weeks passed, and she still did not drive to the food stamp office and apply for food stamps. So I told her that I was coming over right now to take her to the food stamp office. People like this are just too much work. Your body. I cannot show this method because I am still recovering from cancer. So I will just explain. This is me when I weigh 300 pounds or 136 kilograms. I was working so much and eating only fast food that I gained over 100 pounds or 45 kilograms. The method I will show you allowed me to drop 40 pounds or 18 kilograms in 4 weeks. What it does is raises your metabolism to an athlete's. Like most college athletes, I was less than 5% body fat. They say that the average person eats about 2,000 calories a day. A college athlete eats 10,000 calories a meal, thus 30,000 calories a day. I know because I was a college athlete. Michael Phelps, the United States Olympian, said he eats 10,000 calories a meal. Thus, it allows you to eat almost anything you want and as much as you want. However, you must cut out as much sugar and fast food as possible. People always think that it is fat that puts on the weight, or makes you gain weight. No, sugar will make you gain weight, not fat. Fat is good for you. The problem is that everything has sugar, so just do as best as you can. Fast food has a lot of sugar, and potato chips or crisps have a lot of sugar. Next, get a good pair of running shoes. The kinds of running shoes real athletes use. I do not mean the type that has memory foam or any other gimmicks. I know they say that these shoes are for running, but the truth is that professional athletes or real runners do not use those shoes. Shoes with gimmicks such as memory foam can cause injury. These shoes are made for people that pretend to work out. They go to the gym to exercise and think they did a real workout, but to see results, they also have to change their diet. The goal is to be able to sprint, not run, not jog, but sprint. What I mean by sprint is to run as fast as you can. Before my cancer, I was faster than my little doggy. When you start, you might not be able to do it, but in the 4th week, you will be able to do it, and this is when the weight will start coming off. Thus, for some people, it can take more than 4 weeks to get to the level to where the weight will come off. For the first 2 weeks, you will not be able to do this every day, which is okay. If your body cannot do it, just take a few days off and walk for 1 hour. Do not run and do not jog. Just walk. Your body needs this time to heal, and this can take 1 to 3 days. Thus, it can take 2 to 3 weeks for your body to adjust or get used to it. You are attempting to reach the point where you can run as fast as you can for 50 yards, 45 meters, or half the length of a football field. You want to do this as many times as you can for 30 to 40 minutes, 5 days a week. What you do is run as fast as you can, for as long as you can, then walk back to where you started, take a 2 to 5 minute break and do it again. The first week you might only be able to do it for 10 to 15 minutes and only run for 20 meters. However, each week you will get better. By the 4th week, or when you get to the level of running as fast as you can for 50 meters, for 30 to 40 minutes, then the weight will start coming off. For me, it takes 3 weeks, but for others, it can take 4 weeks. If you can do this for 12 weeks, then all of your fat will be gone. Remember, I was 300 pounds. Now we got our weapons, let's find the fox. Setting traps. Before we do an active hunt, let's set a few traps. Remember, traps take time to work. So do not expect a trap to get a woman right away. For a trap to work, you cannot have any females around you. If you have even one female around you, then the trap will not work. So no female friends, no sisters, no mother, no grandmothers, no females. Plus, no male friends either. You must be 100% alone, 100% by yourself. Last, no cell phone, no mobile phone. I am 58 years old, and during the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, we did not have cell phones or mobile phones. We had to wait until we got home to make a phone call. So most phone calls can wait. Turn off your phone, or leave it in your pocket and do not look at it. You can look at it after you leave the area. I will repeat. You can look at your phone after you leave the area. At no time should you look at your phone while you are in the area. While you are in the kill zone. While in the area, you want to give your prey every opportunity to fall into the trap. Sometimes the girl will say to herself, maybe I should, or maybe I should not. As you walk away, she might say that this might be her last chance and run up to you. If you are on your cell phone, then this might scare her away. Instead, use a book, or just look like you are relaxing. Looking like you are relaxing is the best way to spring the trap. Thus, no computers. Here is the trap. This is the method. It does not have to be every day, but it must be at the same time and on the same day. For example, if you go to a coffee shop, go to the coffee shop on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, then make sure you go to the coffee shop every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Plus, sit outside whenever you can. Sitting outside will give you more exposure to more women. Plus, stay there for at least 10 minutes. 30 minutes would be best. More women will have a chance to notice you, thus more prey. It can be a donut shop, a hamburger restaurant, or a park where a lot of people visit. If you are in college or at a university, then go to the school of nursing, dance, art, theater, education, or music. There is nothing but women and very few men in these places. Go to their computer labs. The school or college of dance and music has computer labs, and they are filled with women. I used to work in a computer lab for the College of Music, and it was nothing but women. No men. I took a computer animation dance class and a nursing class, and I was the only male in the class. I was in a lecture hall of 50 women, and I was the only man in the class. One day, eventually, some girl or many girls will give you a sign that they are interested in you. This is when you spring the trap. Always remember to smile, and smile in a warm, friendly, welcoming way. A nice, warm, friendly, welcoming smile makes it hard for even the meanness and cruelness of girls to reject you in a brutal way. If you are rejected, even if you are rejected in a mean or cruel way, always walk away with a smile that is warm and friendly and say, I understand. It was nice to meet you. Have a nice day. When you do this, the girl will remember you. If you run into her again 2 years later, she might give you a chance. This is what happened to me more than a few times. After these women have dated a Tyrone or a Chad, they are more willing to give a nice sweet guy a chance. Thus, walking away with a smile, and saying I understand, shows the girl that you are a nice, sweet, and understanding man. What to say? Remember to smile. A smile says a lot. Your opening line should always be, "Hi, I am Todd," or "Hi, I am Dave." Always tell them your name. Next, be direct. The girl knows what you are there for, so there is no reason to play any kind of game. Just say that I think you are beautiful, and I was wondering if I can call you sometime and we can go out on a date. Never say dinner. If the girl says contact me through Facebook, Snapchat, or Instagram, then just say thank you and move on to the next girl. This girl is no good. This girl will give you problems. Usually, a person who can trust can be trusted, and a person who cannot trust cannot be trusted. Many times, people think or believe that what they will do in a situation, others will also do. I had two friends, one was a male named Mike, and the other was a female named Jackie. They both hitchhiked over 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometers from Oregon to Arizona. Jackie hitchhiked more than 3 times alone, by herself from Oregon to Arizona and back to Oregon. I said, "That sounds dangerous." They both said no, because people who pick you up like to help others, and believe that since they are good, others are also good. I understood, because when I give a beggar money, I think that he really needs it. However, I stopped giving beggars in Chicago money because I discovered that these beggars make more money than I do. They are professional beggars. Plus, you do not want to deal with someone who is paranoid or filled with fear. They are controlled by their paranoia or fear, and their paranoia or fear will drive you nuts and hold you back in life. When I was growing up, we did not have cell phones or the internet. If the girl liked you, she will give you her phone number, and if she did not like you, she will not give you her phone number. Do not fall for nonsense, the old line that says there are a lot of crazy men, and she has to be careful. The same girl will pick up a Tyrone or a Chad at a bar and sleep with the man the same night, or she will make sure a Tyrone or a Chad has her phone number. Even if you get rejected, as you are walking away, what you say can be very important. No matter how brutal the rejection, as you walk away, always smile and say, "Thank you." If you are not rejected, then always attempt to give the girl a compliment that is unique to the girl. Everyone likes to be unique. Everyone wants to be special. This makes a compliment more powerful than just saying she is pretty or smart. If she is wearing jewelry, then compliment the jewelry. You are telling her that she is good with fashion and style. Thus, this will make her feel special. All women are into style, not fashion. Fashion and style are two different things, so any compliment regarding her style will be more powerful than saying she is beautiful or smart. For example, as you are walking away, say something like, "I like your earrings, her nose ring, her tattoos." Another example is to say that you think she has a unique look, such as how her hair complements her skin tone. You just told her that she is not only beautiful but also her style is unique. You can also say that you think she would be fun to be around. Try not to say hang out with. You hang out with friends, and with girlfriends, you want to be around. If the girl has on some ugly shoes, try to say that her shoes are different, interesting, or unique. Thank you for watching. Please click the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video. For all my foreign viewers, most translation software is not 100% accurate. So, sorry about any mistakes. For a free copy of my music, go to my website. Remember, my music is only background music. Right now, my music is free, but if I have to start paying for extra services, then I might have to set a price for a download. If you want to know how to create your own music, then go to my other YouTube channel and look for the word Garageband. Creating your own music is easy. I did it and I cannot play a musical instrument. If you want to know how to translate a video into other languages, then go to my other YouTube channel and look for the word translate. The links are in the description below.